にちは、ジャパニーズアンモのミサです。Hey guys, today I'm going to teach you useful phrases used at the convenience store. So I actually have worked at 7-Eleven and Family Mart before, but my favorite convenience store is Lawson. So yeah, it's just I didn't have Lawson near my place, so I ended up working at Family Mart and 7-Eleven. But in my opinion, Lawson has the best rice balls, onigiri. And also if you like chicken, you definitely like Lawson's karaage-kun. If you're a vegetarian, you should avoid the fried section because they probably use the same oil as other stuff. Even if you order French fries, they might use the same oil. So if you care about the soft stuff, then avoid them. But if you like fast food, try karaage-kun. That's what I used to eat a lot as a kid. And yeah, onigiri. Oh, amazing. You know, there are fancy onigiri and cheap onigiri. Try getting the fancy one next time because it's amazing. ファミマ、ファミリーマート。日本人はファミマって言います。ファミマとセブンはセブンイレブン。ファミマとセブンで、アルバイトしてました。でも、ローソンのおにぎりが一番好き。Anyway, I'm going to teach you all the useful phrases you can use as a customer and also phrases that the 店員, the staff, uses. Alright, the first amazing thing about konbini is that you can use the bathroom. You should buy something, but yeah, you can use the bathroom. So you can use toilet if it's easier for you, but if you want to sound more polite, you can say お手洗い, bathroom, restroom, right? So you can say トイレはどこですか? Which is the probably easiest way to say where's the bathroom. But Japanese people would say お手洗いをお借りしてもいいですか? お手洗いをお借りしてもいいですか? That's the polite way to ask, may I use the bathroom? 借りる means to borrow. So we literally say, may I borrow the bathroom? You can use the verb to use, 使う and say, お手洗いを使ってもいいですか? But more politely, people say, お借りしてもいいですか? If this sounds too long to you, you can also say, お借りできますか? できる means can. So, お手洗いをお借りできますか? This is fine too. But if you're in a hurry and you can't really think, you can also just say, トイレいいですか? Or お手洗いいいですか? いいですか is like the quick way to say, can I? May I? So, it's not the politest way, but you can say that. トイレいいですか? But if you can, try saying, お手洗いをお借りしてもいいですか? You can either say that after you buy something or before you buy something. Because I've worked at the konbini, I know that people generally don't care if you use the bathroom before or after you buy something. Just as long as you buy it, it's fine. You can also ask for directions if they are not too busy. It's not definite though. Like if you really want to know how to get to a place, you should go to a koban, like a police box. But a konbini staff can sometimes help you. Like you could, for example, ask, すみません、近くに交番はありますか? すみません, excuse me, 近くに nearby, 交番, the police box, ありますか is there? So that's the best thing to ask probably because it's not their job to give you directions, but they can help. But yeah, I forgot, but you should add すみません in front of トイレをお借りしてもいいですか? Yeah, excuse me. But yeah, you are supposed to ask the staff if you can use the bathroom or not. It's considered rude to just use the bathroom without asking first. It's actually funny because even when you're at your friend's place, it's best to ask. If you're a guest, you are supposed to ask. Like, you don't have to be this formal. You can just say, トイレ借りてもいい?トイレ借りてもいい? Or トイレ使ってもいい? Or トイレいい? But yeah, it's generally better to ask. It's funny because in Europe, for example, people just go to the bathroom without asking, or if you ask, they're like, oh, what? You don't have to ask me. And they say that in Japan, it's like you ask and they're like, yeah, of course, どうぞ. So yeah, it's best to ask. 次, about 袋 or レジ袋, plastic bag. 袋 is how we say plastic bag. Don't use the word カバン because カバン usually means like a handbag, okay? So if you're talking about like plastic bags, or it can be paper bags, but you know, the cheap bags, you know, the bags that you get usually for free or for like 3 cents, like 3 yen. So if you buy lots of things, they usually don't ask, they just bag the items, right? But if you have like 1 or 2 items or something very small like chewing gum, they might say, 袋はご利用ですか?袋はご利用ですか? So, 利用する is the same as 使う to use, okay? Even when you use the ATM, you will hear the word ご利用. So, remember that. It's like, do you need it? Basically. More informally, you can say, 袋いる? Do you need a bag? But, you know, the staff wouldn't speak like that. And if you need one, you can say, はい or お願いします or both. はい、お願いします Yes, please. Don't say ください. It sounds a bit weird. So use はい or はい、お願いします or just お願いします If you don't need one, you can say 結構です No, thank you. Or いりません I don't need one. いりません Or you can also say 袋はいいです 袋はいいです This いいです is very confusing, right? いいです can mean it's good. いいですか it can mean can I, may I? And also it can mean no thanks. いいです like 結構です Some people also say 大丈夫です And when you buy something cold and something hot, usually they ask if you want to separate the items, the hot one and the cold one. So if you buy like fried chicken and you buy other cold stuff like, you know, just cold drinks, they usually separate them. Like if you buy chocolate, for example, you don't want it to melt. So we are trying to ask the customers. I'm not working there anymore. Yeah, so they would say, 温かいものと冷たいもの、袋は別にいたしますか?温かいものと冷たいもの、袋は別にいたしますか? So, 温かいもの is hot things, okay, warm things, literally. And 冷たいもの, cold things, cold items. And 袋は, the bags, 別にいたしますか?いたしますか is the same as しますか?にする can mean to choose. Do you choose to separate them? 別 separate. Or they might say 別々の袋にお入れしましょうか? Shall I put them in separate bags? And again, if you want it that way, you say お願いします. If you think it's okay to put everything in one bag, then you can say 全部一緒でいいです. 全部一緒でいいです. Or 同じ袋でいいです. 同じ袋でいいです. Or 一つの袋でいいです. So, speaking of 温かいもの, if you buy an Obento, bento, lunchbox, they will usually ask you if you want them to be heated up or not. So, they will ask you, お弁当温めますか? Or こちら温めますか? こちら is like this thing. So, instead of お弁当, they might say こちら. Atatameru is to heat up. So to heat something up in the microwave, you can say レンジで温める。レンジ is how we say microwave. お弁当温めますか? Again, you can say お願いします。or 結構です。No, thank you. And if you buy an obento, they will ask if you want chopsticks. And they will ask you, お箸はお付けしますか? お箸はお付けしますか? Would you like chopsticks? Would you like some chopsticks? お付けする。つける means to attach, to add. So shall I add chopsticks? Or they might ask you a bit differently and say, お箸は一膳でよろしいでしょうか? お箸は一膳でよろしいでしょうか? So, 一膳、二膳、三膳. That's how we count a pair of chopsticks. Okay, so お箸一膳 is how we say a pair of chopsticks. So, they might say, お箸は一膳でよろしいでしょうか? よろしい is the polite way to say いい, and でしょうか again is the polite way to say ですか? So, is a pair of chopsticks enough? And if you want to order those fried chicken in the display, you can say, while they're, for example, packing, or before they pack, like just find the time, it can be any time, say that you want them. So you can say, フライドチキン一つお願いします. Okay, so you say what you want and then the amount. So 一つ、二つ、三つ. And then お願いします, please. Depending on the store, the name of the food, sometimes it's fried chicken, sometimes it's ファミチキ. But you can also just point at it and say これ一つお願いします. That always works too. Like sometimes you just don't know what's it called, like you don't have glasses and you just want that thing. You can say これ一つお願いします. That's fine. Usually all convenience stores have 肉まん, that's like meat buns. You have to specify the flavor you want. So sometimes they have ピザまん. That's pretty good. Like pizza flavored 肉まん. They have fried chicken, fried potato, 唐揚げ, hot dog. Oh my gosh, I used to be obsessed with hot dog. Corn dog. 次. If you buy some alcohol, they usually ask you to confirm that you are over 20 years old, and like touch the confirm button on the screen, like the touch panel. You will see if you go there, and they might say something like 年齢確認のため, like to confirm that you are above 20. 年齢確認のため, what literally means age confirmation. 年齢 age 確認 confirmation checking. And 画面のボタンを押してください. 画面 is screen, ボタン button. 押す is to push, press. 押してください. Please press the button on the screen. 年齢確認のため、画面のボタンを押してください. And you press that and usually fine. If you look super young, they might ask you to show your ID. In that case, they would say, 身分証明書を確認させていただけますか? 身分証明書. So long. That's how we say ID. 身分証明書を確認する to check, to confirm. 確認させていただけますか? させていただけますか? That's how we say, may I, can I? Will you let me do that? Or they might say more differently like, 年齢を確認できるものはありますか? Do you have anything that can confirm that you are above 20? I really hated asking this because, you know, some people do get offended. I mean, I get asked a lot and I don't care, so it's fine. But some people are very mean. Some customers have been very mean. Like, they're like, 25歳なんだけど、 what? I'm 25 years old. But my tencho said I would be arrested or I would be responsible if I sell, alcohol to people who are under 20. So sometimes I had to ask, because some people just super young and some people just give up. Some people do have the ID. So yeah, some people, actually I hated selling cigarettes. You can buy cigarettes at konbini as well. You can't just grab them from the shelf. You have to ask the staff. A number is assigned to each cigarette, right? So a good customer usually says 34番, 34. It's easy, it's really easy to find. But some customers just say the name, the brand of the cigarette. And I was really young, so I don't know the name of cigarette. And, some people are patient, so they let me look for it. But some people are really, really impatient and get annoyed and 違う, that's not it. I'm もっと下, down, really aggressive. I hated them so much. When I had free time, when there was no customer or when I didn't have to do anything, I had to memorize the names, where each cigarette is. So I had to remember, Marlboro wa koko, and it was horrible. So dear smokers, if you want to buy some cigarettes in Japan in a convenience store, please just use the number instead of the name of cigarette, because it makes everything so much easier for the staff. Now finally, 会計, okay, paying. They usually say price でございます or price を頂戴いたします. We will receive, blah blah. And even if you don't get the number, it's usually shown on the screen, so don't worry. But yeah, you'd say 1050円でございます or 1050円頂戴いたします. And if there are lots of items, they say 合計で, in total, or 合計 number 10で, for example, 合計3点で, for 3 items in total. Okay? So for example, 合計2点で450円でございます. Anyway, when you're paying, you don't have to say anything. You just give the money, or you can use the card. If you want to use a card, you say カードで or カードでお願いします. If you want to pay with PASMO, Suica, then you say パスモでお願いします. Suica でお願いします. Usually でお願いします works. Anyway, if you give them the exact amount, for example, 315 yen, 315円ちょうどいただきます. ちょうど means exact. So, yeah, they say this ちょうどいただきます. If you give them, for example, 1000 yen, 1000 yen, and there will be change, they say 1000円お預かりいたします. 1000円お預かりいたします. It's interesting. 預かる means to hold on to. It's like when people leave you a bag, but they are not giving it to you. They just want you to look after the bag. That's 預かる. Okay, you're keeping them, but it's not your thing. So that 1000 yen, you can't keep it. You have to give change. You are taking care of it for now. So they say お預かりいたします. And then when they give お釣り, change, they say blah blah 円のお返しです. 返す means to return. お返しです. I shall return. For example, 700円のお返しです. Your change is 700 yen. And then they will say ありがとうございました. Thank you very much. And the customers don't have to say anything back. They just bow or, yeah. Customers usually don't say anything. They just leave. a lot of non-Japanese people do say ありがとうございました as well, and that's nice. It's not like it's wrong. It's just that Japanese people don't really do it. But it's nice to show them appreciation, so you can say ありがとうございました as well. But just bowing is enough usually. Alright, that's it for today. If you'd like to know more expressions, let me know in the comments. And if you thought this video was helpful, please give a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you'd like to support me, check out my Patreon page. I really appreciate all of you. I love you all. じゃあまたね。バイバイ。